What is going on, everyone? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the financial channel. No, it is not clickbait. I did buy a house at age 21, and although it may seem like a tall task, I'm going to answer the questions. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. It is not impossible. If you want to hear all the details about it, stick with me until the end. So, who am I? Well, for those of you who don't know, my name is AJ Valenti. My favorite things are sports, geography, learning new things, and helping other people. And my goals in life are mostly to make the world a better place. I don't know exactly what that entails, but I know I want to try my best to give people better opportunities in life. Okay, now let's answer the question, what? So what did I actually buy? It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom duplex for $115,000. The condition was livable, but I did need to buy some things like new doors and appliances, as well as do some cosmetic touch-up things. And you might think I actually got a good deal on the property because, you want to do that work on it and then you get the appreciation from that. But in reality, the real estate market that I bought into, it was quite crazy. In the previous year before I bought, the market had gone up 50%. I'm really just lucky I got into the house at a reasonable price. 50% is absolutely crazy if you did not know that. See if you know which market. Some of you already know which market. Let me know in the comments, guess, let me know if you got it right as well. I'll reveal it further on in the video. My down payment was 25%, so that is $28,750. And in total, I paid about $35,000 to actually close on the property. With a rate of 3.375%, that comes out to about $750 a month in a mortgage payment. $180 of that is for property taxes, and $190 of that is for home insurance, which are both very high. I have spent about $6,000 just to put the property in better condition than it was, enough for me to rent out the bottom unit, and I live in the top unit. So if you want to do the numbers on that, the bottom unit actually rents out for $810, which means I'm making a profit, which is called house hacking, if you didn't already know. I would actually guess that the property is probably worth maybe $125,000 at this point, which would be an increase of $10,000 from where I bought it at. I don't think it went down in value, so it could be as low as what I purchased it at, but I also don't think it went up super high because the market has cooled down now heading towards the winter months. So the next question is when? And that would be in June 2021. And technically, I did get my offer accepted in May when I was still age of 20, but I didn't actually own the property until I was age 21. And the escrow process took about a month, which if you don't know what an escrow process is, that's basically a period of, on average, about a month, where you're kind of checking everything out, making sure you want to buy the property, you're getting inspections done on the property. If you're going to get a loan on the property, all the paperwork and all the verification on that is being done during this time. Overall, it's just a transfer period from one owner to the next. If you want to see some more tips and videos talking about how to actually buy real estate, how to even do it out of state, which we'll talk about in a second, you can start by giving me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to see more, and comment down below what you want to see. Now for the juicy part, let's go. Where did I actually buy this property? What market was I speaking of just a moment ago? And the answer is Detroit, Michigan. Yes, the Motor City, Motown, the D, and more recently, America's Great Comeback City. While I was actually in the buying process for this home, I was living in Northern California, where I was born and raised, and then I subsequently went on a road trip across the country once the deal was finalized. And if you want to actually see some of the interesting things that happen on that road trip, you can check out my personal channel. Hopefully it's in the cards or in the link in the description. And I'll give you a quick little teaser. The car I left with is definitely not the car I got here with. So I'll leave it at that. Now let's talk about why. Why exactly did I buy a house? Why did I buy it at my age? And why did I buy in Detroit? First of all, why would I buy a house in the first place? I guess to have a place to live. I mean, that should be pretty self-explanatory, I think. If you're wondering why I wouldn't rent, well, aside from the fact that the idea of renting kind of scares me. I also don't really think I would be able to do that, because even in a city that's on the cheaper side in terms of housing like Detroit, I still probably wouldn't be able to qualify to actually make rental payments, because the system I kind of set up for myself to where I'm actually profiting from buying real estate in terms of cash flow is the lifestyle I created when actually buying this property. So I'm kind of also low-key retired at the same time, which if you're just like, oh, this guy bought a house at 21 and he's retired, wow, this guy must be an absolute genius or a complete idiot. Well, yes, basically I just wanted to move on to the next stage of my life while also doing it on my own terms. I was living with my family beforehand. I don't have a normal job. I don't necessarily want to do something and spend a whole lot of time on it if I'm not really enjoying it, because the things I want to do in life are pretty big and they involve like changing the world and really having a huge impact on people, and I just want to spend my time doing that. And I was fortunate enough to get myself into this situation, and now I'm on that path. So yeah, maybe that's a sacrifice right now, but I'm hoping it will pay off in the long run. In terms of Detroit, well, I mean, I can make several different videos on that. And it's not really financial related. Yes, there's a financial aspect to it, of course. But if I had to give you the number one reason, it's really just to experience a new city and a different culture than what I'm used to. And the second plug to the personal channel coming up right here is I may do a video on why I actually moved to Detroit. And if I feel like it's not really involving mostly financial stuff, then I don't want to put it on this channel. So again, go check it out on that channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's get into the how. Well, how I did it is really with a little bit of money and a little bit of a loan. So the work I was doing leading up to the home buying process was delivering food with DoorDash. And I essentially did that for over 450 days in a row. So that's more than a year straight, every single day. And even then, it was barely enough to do it. When it comes to like self-employment income and whatnot, you have to show 2 years of proof of income, and then they'll average it out. And I do want to just note some of the things here, because I did run into some trouble when doing this. One thing I'll say is that this is kind of weird, in my opinion at least, but they can only qualify you for one income. So normally people just have a job and that's their income, but they actually penalize you for diversifying your income. So because DoorDash over the last 2 years, 2019 and 2020, was only 60% of my income, that's the only amount they could actually qualify me for. If you can actually find a lender that doesn't do that, then actually let me know if that's even a thing. But I just want to give you a heads up, because they're probably just going to look at one of your incomes. And to that, I'm just like, bruh. I can definitely go more in depth in another video. But overall, the buying process consists of building your team, real estate agent, lender, getting pre-approved by a lender. It doesn't necessarily have to be the one you choose in the end. Once you're pre-approved, shopping for the home and putting out an offer. Once it gets accepted, you go into the escrow process. All of that, inspections and whatnot, over, like I said, about a month span takes place. You sign some documents and you get the keys, and the property's yours. Pro tip, by the way, if you are saving up and you're looking at the down payment, maybe you're going to make a down payment of 5% on a $400,000 property. Well, at face value, that looks like $20,000, which it is, but that's not the only thing you're going to have to pay. So keep in mind that if you're getting a loan, there's loan origination fees. You have to pay for the inspections. A couple things I had to do was I had to pay 1 year of insurance right up front. And I also had to show that I had 6 months worth of reserves in my bank accounts to cover like the mortgage payment. So if you're just going for the bare minimum down payment amount, I would encourage you to take into consideration that there's going to be a lot of extra costs in association with buying a house. Keep in mind also any potential improvements you need to make on the property. And before I say peace to all of you, the last topic we're going to talk about is how did I do this at my age? The answer really just boils down to I chose to buy a house over going to university. And prior to this, I had already done 2 years of community college, which was more than enough I needed to know that school wasn't right for me and that I didn't want to continue in an education system that really just wasn't going to benefit me. And if you've seen some of my prior videos on this channel, my catchphrase is basically, financial freedom is easy. With the right knowledge, schools don't teach it, so I will. And that basically just comes from the fact that, I mean, let's face it, the education system is pretty broken. Honestly, that's why I started this channel in the first place. And so I hope you did learn something today. And the last bit of information I'll give you is that investing also helped me. You know, I was just lucky enough to find information and the right information on how to invest, how to actually do well financially. And I'm definitely grateful for that. But even in the short time I've been in the stock market for 3 years, I've seen some great gains, and it's actually helped me, put me over the edge to be able to buy a property. You have to make sure you are doing it the right way though. If you do need any sort of help, feel free to message me and we can take a look at your situation. I do offer financial coaching as well. I really do hope you did learn something and you enjoyed the video. And I hope you also continue on the path to financial freedom with me. Thumbs up, subscription, notification bell, comment, all that really helps out. Share the video with a friend. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night. And I hope to see you next time. Peace.